Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another Action Taimanin video. So, for today's video, we're going to look at the update as we do every Tuesday. I gotta say, this update has a lot to it for only being 90, it was like 95 megabytes, I think, or somewhere in that area on Steam. So it didn't seem like it was going to be much more than the Sioux skin, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. So we're going to go over all of it, I'll give my opinions, and then I'll send you guys on your way. So the first thing, let me just this dot here. Okay. So we have the Sioux Dragon Lady bundle. I gotta say, man, the name of this skin, Dragon Lady, you couldn't come up with something better. Whatever. So, let's look at everything. First we have her weapons. We'll look at the super rare. This increases damage dealt to super armor by 30%. That's not an uncommon ability when it comes to the limited character gachas, so this super rare does basically what most of the others do. Next, we're going to look at her ultra rare weapon, the Draconic Fang Gauntlet. It says Beast Martial Art Dragon Fang. Increase the duration of super armor gained from character skills by 30%. Reduce all damage taken by 12% during basic attacks. So basically, you use a skill, you get some super armor, and while you're basic attacking, you're just more tanky overall. This is great because I heard a lot of people saying Sioux is kind of akin to a glass cannon, where she gets hit really hard and can, like, I've heard stories like she just gets blown up, like even at high level. So this would definitely rectify the issue, on top of the increased super armor duration, like to go with her skills, which were recently buffed, is all a good thing. So that's not bad for her. I say this weapon is definitely worth it if you want to go like dipping into her gacha. Also, I would say the bundle is worth it just simply because it gives you a copy of the weapon. Like, I know the bundle's like $31.99, and that is a lot for just a skin and a weapon, but at least this way you get to bypass the RNG a little bit. You know you're going to get at least her weapon. Obviously, we get the 100 gems, which any amount of gems is always welcome. Next, we have the real prize, the Kit and Caboodle, the Sweet Dragon skin, which you can only get from buying this bundle. Now, I gotta say, this area right here is, looking pretty bare there, Sioux. So you get like Dragon Tail with some booty. We're gonna actually look at the skin here. Yeah, she looks really cute. She's close enough. Okay, so I love her little bitty horns. I love her little bitty tail. It's just overall a cute skin. Like, people say she looks like some Fate Go character. Like, I don't know. I don't play Fate, but hey, for any Fate fans, I guess this character's for you. Like, this is the skin you would go for. So overall, I like it. Like, it does her well. I love, like, draconic-looking waifus anyway, so this isn't a hard sell. Unfortunately, I'm saving for Shiranui's supporter, so I have to let this pass me by, but it's here for anyone who wants it. So, moving on from the bundle. Next, we're going to come on over to the gacha screen, because where there's a character bundle, there's a gacha. So this is a limited gacha, so mind you, it's going to be 50 gems per draw. For a 10 draw, it will be 500, with the half off being set at 250. So it does cost a little bit more to pull here. Now we're going to get into the effect of the actual supporter. We covered the weapon at the bundle, so let's look at the supporter. We have Draconic Supporter. She is a blue supporter, which is good. We have increased melee attack damage by 2% for 5 seconds. This can stack up to 10 times, and she loses all stacks upon being hit. That I don't know how I feel about, because it's the same reason why I don't like the Phantom Knife, and what's that other weapon, the Naraku, or whatever the Skull Sword for Asagi is. I don't like them for the reason of when you get hit, you lose all your benefits. I don't know, maybe with Sioux it won't be so bad if the person is like really good at dodging with her and avoiding damage. And I'm guessing, like, because she's a martial artist, she's going to attack fast enough that building stacks really isn't going to be so bad. Because I'm assuming you'll get a stack per hit. So if you can just do a 10-hit combo, then bam, you have your stacks. So we'll just have to see how people feel about it as, you know, more people get the supporter. I'm sure there'll be opinions flying around on my Discord server, and probably on the video too. So next we have reduced damage taken from demon type enemies by 10%. This is good, like it just, you know, it kind of racist against demons. I wish it would have been some sort of all damage reduction, because the Renko supporter had such good, like such crazy good damage reduction passives. This seems a little bit meh in comparison, but it's better than nothing. And the fact that the starter passive is damagey, it's kind of okay. I'm not too mad about it. I think it's great. Next, we look here at the Beast Art Ryuhajin. So the first part of this ability says basic melee attacks give a 15% chance of gaining super armor for 1 second. So this is good because before Sioux could only get super armor from certain skills with the effect. Now her basic attacks have a chance of giving her more super armor. And while it's only 15%, again, it's probably going to be something akin to like basic attacking with Renko and Kieran, where the percentage of it proccing is low, but in reality it always procs because she multi-hits. And 15% is way higher than the chance of proccing on Kieran. On top of that, Sioux needed like super armor, and I heard a lot of Sioux mains say that she needed more of it. So the fact that they buffed her and then gave her a weapon to go with it, and the bundled weapon to help increase the super armor duration is awesome. And the fact that she can now get it from her basic attacks is just like, it's just double the super armor coming into her. So hopefully it helps people with her getting knocked out of things they were trying to do. On top of it, the damage reduction on the weapon and the actual supporter serve to make her more tanky, which again is good for a character that was once considered a glass cannon. And being blue, you can pair her with things like Fuyumi for the additional melee damage, and you can also go pure blue and like abuse things like Onigumo or Fuma Amane, basically like things that deal more damage to certain enemy types. So in Onigumo's case, it would be damage to demons, and in Fuma Amane's case, it would be damage to machines. And I'm forgetting which one does. Oh yeah, Haruka. She does damage to humans, but I wouldn't use her as the main over this supporter, since this is Sue's main supporter. So screw Haruka. Finally, we look at the active. It says sends a black draconic wave ahead to deal 400% damage and to remove the enemy's super armor, not applied in arena, which makes sense because there is no super armor in arena, but for PvE, this is great. I think this is overall a great PvE like setup for Sioux. In her weapon, like it makes like the weapon and the supporter, which obviously are designed to work together. Both of these are great for PvE. I wouldn't try to bring them into PvP, but being able to give her like super armor and damage reduction as far as like what this weapon says when she's doing basic attacks, and then like super armor procs left and right on basics and increased super armor on her skills, means that her PvE experience will be a lot smoother, and it'll make Sioux mains really happy for people wishing to do content with her. Another key thing I like to point out about this supporter is the 40-second cooldown. I appreciate that because we get a lot of supporters with like 50-second plus cooldowns. Hers isn't super long, so you won't be like waiting to do her ability. Like you won't have it for every pull, but you'll have it at least like a couple times a daily, or if you're doing like harder content, maybe like 2 to 3 times depending on how fast you can clear. So overall, it's not bad. It's just a PvP centric set. It's not going to help you in the arena, but it is going to immensely help her out as far as doing PvE. And overall, I really like the supporter. I like the art. I like the look of the weapon. I love the skin. So I think this is great for Sioux mains. Like, I'm happy you guys finally have something for your tiny waifu. And I'm happy that she got a buff because she definitely needed it. And it gives me hope that one day my thick little Shiranui will finally have her buff. So, next we're going to look at the pickup gacha. I'm sorry, I think I said this chick was free to play before. I don't even remember anymore because I've talked about so many things, but apparently she's gacha. If I said that, I apologize. I was wrong. But, yeah, we have King Koharu here, which is really funny because it's just Karu, but they just took the W away and added an H. It's literally the same name with one letter different. Either way, she's also a a protection supporter, and her passive is called Elect Art Glitch. Increased damage dealt to machine-type enemies by 12%, which is fine, and then enemies are 35% more likely to drop particles upon death. So, the second part of the passive could have been anything else and it would have been better, since it just immediately turns her into a PvP-centric supporter, so she's kind of in the same boat as Sioux, I said PvP, I meant to say PvE. She's kind of in the same boat as Sioux, where she's really good in PvE, but I wouldn't bring her along for PvP because no one's going to be dropping you particles in PvP because it's 1v1 with no item drops. So, like, her passive is good. Like, you're gonna basically be able to bully machines. She'll pair good in a machine killer build if you're gonna use, like, Fuma Amane mixed with her. A machine killer blue build is possible with these two, but the particle drop rate is just kind of meh. Like it's easy to gain particles to begin with, and getting 35% more just isn't super great. Honestly, like I really feel like she should be free to play. Her effect isn't super good, but not every Gacha supporter has to be good, as we've learned. And here we go, like a 51-second cooldown. This is what I mean. And I bet this ability is nowhere near as good as Sioux's. So it says, deals 255% damage to all enemies, reduces the speed of machine-type enemies by 75% for 8 seconds. Yeah, exactly. 51-second cooldown. This is exactly what I was talking about. This cooldown is like 11 seconds longer than this cooldown, and this character is overall way better. I don't know like who designs the cooldowns or who determines them, but some characters are blessed with like a decent cooldown and others just have one that doesn't make sense. Like I think her cooldown is even longer than Spica's. I think Spica's is 49 seconds base. I could be wrong. But either way, my advice is probably don't pull her, especially since Sioux is in the mix. I would just hold off on pulling her. One, she's not limited, so she'll be in the pool eventually. So you don't have to like feel like you need her now, even for adorable waifu reasons, which she is adorable. I gotta give her that. So I'd wait for her to join the pool, and I'd focus my efforts towards trying to get Sioux. Unless you have Gacha coins you want to burn, then in which case go for it, but I'm saving Gacha coins for a very rainy day. And speaking of the pool, we have a little Fujibayashi Yuno is finally entered into the pool. I do know some people are excited to pull her. I wish that they were still giving us 2 super rare tickets a week, because I would pull her, but I just don't have the tickets amassed since we don't get them anymore, really, to try to go for her from the pool. I only have a bunch of rare tickets, so the odds are against me that I get her. But we all know what Yuno does. She's great for critical, she gives invulnerability, she's a green supporter, she's overall really good. And anyone interested in going for her can simply dive into the pool and try to get her with any tickets they have remaining, or just simply try to pull from her here. But again, with Sioux in the mix, I wouldn't do that because Sioux's limited, so obviously if you want her, prioritize her. Finally, we come to the Shop of Desires, which is just the usual. They added to King Koharu here. When you get to 100 mileage, you can purchase her for 1,000 gems and the 100 mileage. Coming down, we have a Dragon Lady voucher. This, wow, I said mileage. I meant desire. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me, guys. It's early. Either way, here we have for mileage. This is 12,000 mileage and 100 desire. So you can buy, or you can pick rather, between the Sioux supporter or the gauntlet. If you have 12,000 mileage saved, which most people don't have, but if you do, you could spend it here. Finally, we have the Sioux supporter being able to be purchased after 100 pulls for 1,000 gems and 100 desire. And we have the Draconic Fang Gauntlet being able to be purchased after 100 pulls for 100 desire and 1,000 gems. This specific purchase is at a limit of 1. So, what do I think of this? For Koharu, if you have the desire lying around already, because I know some people have 100 desires saved because they've been pulling, then yeah, you could spend the 1,000 gems and get her. I guess it would be like way less of an investment than if you got it for her, and then you could have her for collection or whatever. But what I would suggest getting, again, if you have that, is probably get the Sioux supporter over the weapon even, just because it's going to be a lot harder to pull the supporter, and the weapon is going to come in her bundle, and I'm assuming anyone who buys the bundle is most likely going to be also trying in the gacha to at least get these at S level 1. So, yeah, the 100 desire for this update is best spent on the Sioux supporter. Or if you have 12,000 mileage and you're that big of a whale, I guess you could use the 100 desire to choose between the two, but I'd spend the gems first, because the mileage is way more valuable, seeing as it can get you a Shisui or an adult Yuki in the future. when Global finally gets her. So, outside of that, that was a mouthful just for the Gacha screen. Let's come over to the event screen. We do have our new event. We have our tiny little demon loli Felicia. God, she looks so angry. She has like resting Laharl face. Have you guys ever played Disgaea? She just looks like Laharl as a girl. The same ears, same like evil eyes, just sitting there like yeah, and her little fangs. She's cute. I like her. Anyway, we have her Gacha event, of course. So we're going to be farming either normal 5 or hard 5, as you all know. The benefit of an event is 150 gems are up for grabs if you are able to clear all the way through hard 5 and get all the little star challenges done. So that's more gems for free-to-plays, which is always welcome. And we have the actual supporter here, as well as on every even-numbered box, we have Gacha coins. So I actually like this edition. I believe I've said it before, but being able to get Gacha coins here is not bad, since if they're going to be using them, they may as well be giving us ways to actually get them besides the weekly. So, there's nothing special going on in this event. We will be stopping at box 9. If you want to go for every gem from every box, that will net you another 135 gems, but I do not suggest it because it will run you a lot of AP potions to do. Finally, we look at Felicia. So, what does Felicia do? Well, now that we have her in plain English, her ability makes more sense than the video last week. She is red, which is not bad, like I could use her on Emily. It says, increases damage dealt to human-type enemies by 9%, and restores 1% of lost HP every 3 seconds for 15 seconds upon scoring a critical hit. And this is why I say I can use her on Emily, because Emily would just passively heal herself, and it would remove the need for her actual heal, because she'll be critting and just getting HP back because of it. Because the little HP restore buff will never fall off. Obviously, Emily's heal ability is better, but if you don't have a 4th slot, you're probably not running it to make room for more DPS-centric abilities. So, Felicia can help there. And since it's a passive, she doesn't have to be in the main slot. As for her main ability, I've said this before, but she's pretty much like a budget version of our demonic Dami waifu that it hasn't come out yet. She will deal 238% damage to all enemies within the area, and inflict a bleed that deals 238% damage against human-type enemies for 7.5 seconds. So, that's basically what the Demon Mom Gacha character will do, just with higher multipliers. And again, this is only a 48 second cooldown. Overall, I like the bleed ability just because it's like, oh, you get an AoE and then you get more damage on top of said AoE. It's damagey. Like, it doesn't do anything super utility based, but her passive kind of has some utility in that it can heal you when you crit. So I don't dislike her. And then she deals more damage to humans, which is fine. And we don't really have a good human killer that can go into sub-slots, because our best human killer right now is... God, why am I getting a brain fart? That waifu, the one, the Haruka, that's it, the one with the demon hand. Haruka is a great a human killer, but she goes in the main slot, so that's one of the issues with her. If she's not in your main slot, you don't get the human killer effect. Whereas you could just throw Felicia on now and she'll do it for you from a sub-slot, on top of healing you. So overall, I don't dislike her. I don't think she's the greatest thing ever, but she's way better than the past couple supporters we had, so I'll take her. And she's so damn cute. Little Haru waifu. Okay. So moving on from Felicia, we have one more thing. And that's going to be the video. I didn't even know this was coming, but they went ahead and added the spring skins, if I could click the right thing. So we have the Spring Herald skins for Sakura, Yuki, Renko, Murasaki. Anyone ever notice how Renko and Murasaki look awfully similar? Anyway... Then we have Emily, Kurenai, and Asuka. So against my better judgment, because I'm an Emily and a Yuki simp, we're going to do this on camera, even though I really didn't want to. I do have some words about these skins. Oh, everything hurts. This is going to cost 700 gems. Oh my god. Okay, Yuki, you're up. Oh, the pain. Alright, Kanzakura, I own you now. Okay, you may as well wear it. God, it's cute. Okay. God, I had 3,600 gems. Why do I have to simp for 2 girls? At least Shiranui didn't have one, or I'd be dead. Okay, so my issue with these skins is they don't have a color swap. You can change the hair. Like you see, we could go back to regular Yuki. Our adorable little cherry blossom head pigtail Yuki. So that's my biggest issue is they don't have a color swap. I get it, like they're supposed to be like cherry blossom skins, so I guess they didn't think that any other color besides pink was needed. But at the same time, for 350 gems, I really wish we had a color swap. So let's go to my Taimanin tab. We'll look at the characters I can show you. So we just brought Emily's. You put this on. And the same thing, like, this one, it's funny because it says, like, glasses, but it doesn't remove her glasses. It just removes the cherry blossom and the little bitty cherry blossom earring in her ear, if you can actually even see it. I can because I'm, like, the one controlling the game, but you guys may not. So, her glasses stay on here. But overall, the skin's really cute. I love the floral pattern, like, on her thigh and her shoulder. That's really cute. And, God, I just spent 700 gems here. I'm gonna go kill myself. Next, we look at Sakura. Go to her costumes. Now I'm not getting hers, but here's her skin. And we'll just kind of see what comes off with this one. Probably just the thing in her head, yeah, but I'd rather put that back. Because it just makes her look adorable and we want to give her head pats. And overall, like, the skins are nice, don't get me wrong. I just wish a color swap was included with them. Renko's is, oh my god, cute. Like, she has a lot of plot. I want her to tell me a story, and I'm sure it will be a good one. So again, overall, really nice skin, no color swap. I think if you remove the glasses slot here, it will take away that piece. Yeah, there we go, that's gone. So that's what that would do. And I don't have Murasaki, and I don't have Kurenai, and I don't have... who's the other one? Asuka. So unfortunately, I don't have a means of showing you those girls, but I showed you what I could. Overall, the skins are nice. Like, I don't think they're worth it. Like, if I didn't have this many gems saved, I probably wouldn't have brought them. And even then, it hurts that I brought them, because that's more than a 10 pull on the Shiranui Gacha that will inevitably come. So, they definitely baited my crystals. I'm sad about that, but I had to get these skins, because who knows if they'll ever come back. And I love cherry blossoms. And I think that's going to round it out. That's everything really in the update. As far as, like, spending your gems because they are chokeholding us, I just want to say again, the most important thing here, if you want her, is Sioux. If you are skipping on the Sioux supporter because you don't have her or you're just trying to save for other things, you could, I guess, do your discount pull. But that's another thing. Gacha coins block your discount pull if you have 10 of them. So they need to fix that. I forgot to mention that in my rant video yesterday, but yeah, this needs to be fixed because now people who want to save gacha coins can't even do their discount pulls on unlimited banners. But if you're in a position to discount pull, it won't hurt. She's not the greatest supporter ever, coming from a gacha perspective, but she's not the worst either. Outside of that, we have these skins. The stats on the skins aren't like super amazing. They give critical and they give defense, if I'm remembering right. And the defense is the dominant stat, so you're not getting as much crit as defense here. So you're really buying these because you think they're cute, or for waifu reasons like I just did. Or both, because I guess I think they're cute too. But either way, Sioux's the priority. Outside of Sioux, probably the supporter if you're feeling lucky, but the skin, at least you know you're getting what you pay for. You know what you're paying for. There's no random aspect, and the skins are limited. So I'd say at least pick one up for one of the characters you love the most, or maybe two. But I wouldn't go more than that because then you're spending over 1,000 gems, and we only get about 1,200 a month. Either way, that's the video. If you found it helpful or informative, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out towards becoming a full-time YouTuber. I do wish you guys luck in the Sioux Gacha if you decide to pull her. I wish you guys luck doing your event because the Felicia supporter is not half bad, at least in my opinion. So she's worth going for this time, and I want people to actually finish her. And you guys go ahead, take care, and I will catch you with another Action Taimanin video at another time. Bye-bye.